Welcome to the Fox 17 Rock Interview. My special guest today, Tiffany. You probably know her from the millions of albums you sold with your hit songs, you know, back during the 80s and everything with the mall tours and all that.
Mall tour,
but you know
yes.
what? You've done reality TV. You're co-producing on your new album. You've done a lot of great stuff and all your charity work too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always into something, you know?
Yeah.
I have passions, you know? Music is number one. I mean, family really is number one. I have a 23-year-old son who just graduated from Western.
That's
Hilltoppers.
amazing.
So, you know, I get to go back out and do my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm involved with a lot of different stuff. I mean, from sci-fi TV to reality TV
Right.
to a lot of different charities, and I'm involved with American Heart Association, Humane Society,
Incredible.
and mentoring young artists who want to get into the music business or already in the music industry, and you know, just kind of wanting to talk to somebody who's been through it. I mean, I've been doing this 30 years.
Right,
so,
which is hard to believe because
yeah.
it's like, you know, whenever I was booking you on, it's like, you know, it seemed like you were just young, like, you know, like 5 years ago. Like you and I, you know, it's like,
I'll take
yeah, it's like,
that,
okay,
yes.
yeah, it's like what? She just, I wasn't, you know, she was at a mall then. So, but the new album really looks great with A Million Miles. And I'd like you to tell viewers a little bit about how you came up with this title.
Well, I drive a lot to my shows. I don't really like to fly. I've had some weird experiences, but you know, I'm getting over that. I've got a lot on my plate this summer to tour, so I have to get over it.
Right.
And I can't wait to take this music to the fans. So, you know, that's my influence and my inspiration there, you know. So, but I do drive a lot to my shows, and I go back and forth to California a lot. I have family there.
Sure.
And we were on the 40. Which is forever. And we were driving to, you know, see my family and go and do a couple of different shows out there. And my husband said, I think we've driven 1,000,000 miles together.
And there it is.
There you go. I was like, cool title. And that just kind of, you know, really when I started to think about that, it also kind of took on a different life form for me because I've done 1,000,000 things,
Right.
but I still have 1,000,000 things I want to do.
Sure.
So I wrote a song called 1,000,000 Miles, which actually was about my cousin, and she passed away from addiction, and how I wish she was here to see all the different things that go on with me on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah.
But so it's kind of my song for her, but that's 1,000,000 miles full circle, really.
Well, totally. You know, and I think it's so great too with the co-producing of your album, to where you haven't just stayed in a niche. You know, a lot of, particularly, you know, child musicians, child stars get sort of locked into that.
Right.
And can't really break out. And you've been able to break out by doing the reality TV
Doing
and
crazy
the
stuff.
sci-fi. Well, but doing fun stuff, you know, that appeals to you.
No, I mean, I have to keep myself entertained. And I love it. I really do. I'm a sci-fi fan.
Me too.
And reality TV, I'm much more of a tomboy. You know, so anything about weight loss or climbing trees or, you know, I don't know if I would do like Survivor or anything like
Right.
that where you know, but I'd be good at eating like bugs and things. I'm
Well,
sure I've eaten that anyway, being on the road for so long.
You've survived the music industry, so it's like, you know, what can they throw at you besides that?
Pretty much. You know, but I don't know. If it interests me, I say yes, and I'm loving that part of my life right now.
Well, let's talk about this now. Your album just released last week through Pledge Music.
Yes.
And so 1,000,000 Miles, and viewers can find it on Pledge Music or on your website, right?
TiffanyTunes.com, yes.
Okay. And I really enjoyed the tracks. You know, listening to it, it's really a departure from what you've done before. And it has a very organic feel with the guitar work and the piano work.
Well, that's what, I mean, I love that you say that because that's what I wanted. You know, again, being a co-producer on this project, I came in with a ton of ideas and worked with my co-producer, Stephen Lywicki, and just sat down and said, okay, I'm thinking big, organic.
Yeah.
A lot of instrumentation.
Right.
I want, you know, strings and
Yeah,
cello.
I heard that.
I want to milk it.
I heard that. I
you
heard
know?
that with the strings and cello, and a few times to where there were even like, you know, reverse tape things done. I'm like going, well, that's
Yes,
a neat little
that
niche.
was Stephen. I can't take credit for that. He kept giving me little surprises here and there that, you know, we had a great bass and the song sounded wonderful, and
Right.
I'm listening to it in my car and feeling great about it, and then I come in and he'd be like, well, I put a little bit of something else on it, and I was like, and you've done me right.
Yeah, well, and it's a fun listen. Like I told you when I was listening to it in my car, you know, to where I went back and listened to the tracks again. You know, it's
Thank
like,
you.
you know, I went back, it's like, okay, I listened to the whole album. Now I want to go back and listen again to my favorite tracks, which the first track, Cry, I thought was incredible.
Thank
You know,
you.
and 1,000,000 Miles, but it's like, you just did a great job.
Well, I'm
the
very,
singing.
very proud. I can't wait to take it out on the road. I really can't. You know, the end of the year, we have a lot of shows planned, intimate kind of evenings.
Right.
Small venues, 250,
Now
500
everything's going to kind of
seaters.
kick off in August, right?
In August. I'm doing spot shows with the album. I'm doing
Okay.
a lot of live streaming. So going
Yeah.
to Tiffany Tunes is going to make sense because it's got all the different pop-up things that I'm going to be doing. Some things in Nashville.
And something's flying to Europe.
Yes. And so, there's a lot going on. But at the end of the year is when we're going to put a string of dates together and go out
Right.
with the band and just really celebrate this album. And I just can't wait to take it out there because my thoughts every time we were recording were, this is going to sound amazing live.
Right.
That's.
I think it will.
That's the
You
the
can definitely
thing for
hear that.
me.
Listening to it, I think it's going to lend itself to you working the stage with the songs.
Thank you.
And with your band. So be sure and check out A Million Miles, Tiffany's latest song, and you can find it, on Pledge Music. You can also find it on Tiffany's website, and just a lot of great songs. Just came out last week, and we'll be sure and catch you on tour here in Nashville as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do some shows in Nashville. I mean, this is my home. I've been coming here since I was 10.
Right.
So, I've spent a lot of time in Nashville, and I love it here.
A lot of time on the 40.
So, yeah, a lot of time on the 40, and I can't wait to do some stuff here at home.
That's awesome. Well, we're thrilled about it, and we'll look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review.